Hello, everybody. Welcome along to your Rangers Rabble Women's Show on a Monday night. My name's Brian, and I've got Wilf with me. Wilf, very smartly looking. How are you?
Yeah, thanks, Brian. I'm doing this on my phone in the car. I'm actually away to a meeting at 7:30, so I need to be there for 7:30. So I couldn't let the side down. I thought I'll do that. I'll do this. I only found out about the meeting yesterday, so yeah, I'm okay. Wee bit. I had planned to go at the first half of the game yesterday. Then I got a hospitality invite to Ibrox, so um, that won the day. But our Alan was at the game, so it's nice to have somebody here that was actually at the game.
Absolutely. Demi looking cosy in her new Udi. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks. How are you?
Very good, thanks. Very good. Alan, nice to see you again.
Yeah, good to see all of you. Nice day out yesterday, so good to get back into it in the usual Sunday habits.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a new year, and seems to be a rejuvenated Raiders team, Wolf. 14 goals to speak about. They obviously mulled it over the winter break and came out with a bang.
Well, I mean, the talk of the steamy before the break was they needed a bit of a break from each other, which they seem to have got, and they've come back firing. I mean, it was a very strong team, which I know you'll run through shortly. The biggest question for me was where was Jenna Fife, because she didn't start, she wasn't on the bench. Don't know whether she's injured or just got dropped or whatever that was. I don't really know. And also there was no sign of any either, which was a bit of a surprise. But no, I mean, strong team. A lot of players got minutes. A nice spread of goal scorers. Queens Park weren't up too much. I mean, I found out listening to Alan and Laura's other pod that Queens Park were down to the bare bones. I think Alan was saying they had two subs and one of them was a keeper. I know they've let a couple of players go, but I didn't realise the squad was that thin. So obviously, I mean, it was only four at half time, which we'll get to. That would explain why we scored 10 goals in the second half and four in the last 10 minutes, because they'd have been absolutely knackered.
Yeah, definitely. Alan, would you have any insight in the missing players that Wolf was speaking about?
Jenna was ill, so just a bug, so no problems here. I think Gertie McLean and Charlotte Devlin had knocks, so we're just left out as precautions, but no under any impression it's anything serious. It should risk him being back for next week. But it was a good strong team, and my sort of main pleasing factor when I saw the team was we're back to the familiar formation, and bin the tactical sort of mess that we saw in the last two games before Christmas.
Yeah, and is there any info on this, Alan, the Jay's replacement? Is there any news or names getting mentioned?
No names yet, but the club had advertised for it, and closing dates was someday last week. I think it was Thursday or Friday. So hopefully see some movement on that this week. But I've not heard any names that are linked or any speculation, but it's actually moving forward.
So have you had acknowledgement of your application, Alan?
No, no acknowledgement. So I think can safely rule myself out of the running.
Hot off the news, exclusive there from Alan. Demi, I think you were, obviously a little bit critical of the sort of the formations before the new year. As Wolf says, Alan says, they've went back to the old formation and things seem to have clicked.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't know why we didn't start the season with that formation. We used that formation for the entirety of last season, and we're a couple of goals away from the treble. So, yeah, I don't know why we didn't start the whole season like that, but maybe new players, I don't know, but I'm just glad that we're back to a formation that clearly works for us.
Absolutely. Throwing the goals in yesterday. So the team lineup yesterday was Essendon goals. We had Docherty, captain, Eddie, Rafferty at the back. We had Hay, Howitt, Hardy, Macaulay, Arnott, Hornet, and McLaughlin Wolf. More suitable more familiar lineup, should I say, to the team.
Yeah, very strong for me. Raf being in came as a bit of a surprise, because she's not really been getting a lot of starts. I was a bit surprised to see Laura Rafferty starting, because she's not been getting the starts. and when I saw the team, I wondered exactly how we were going to play formation wise, because we had been playing the four at the back. I was wondering whether they were going to stick Lizzie at wing back, or were they going to put Brogan in as a wing back, or what we going to do. But it was nice that we went with the two wide and Raf in the middle. So that was quite, as we discussed a minute ago. So that was quite nice. Having effectively 3 wide players starting the game, that's a bit bold. But I mean, it's only Queen's Park, so we'll wait and see what they do next week against a far stronger opposition.
Yeah. Alan, it must we haven't been speaking about this formation for quite a while. It's nice to see that managers went back to what was working really. I mean, it was amazing that we didn't sort of just keep doing what we were doing.
Well, that's it. I mean, we have played this formation at times this season, but we've been chopping and changing quite a lot. And, as Demi's obviously been listening to what I've been saying lately, saying that, we played this way all last season and we're a couple of mistakes away for a treble. So, it's clearly what the players are familiar with. They're well drilled in that, they know their roles. And like Will says, I was a wee bit surprised all 3 wide players started, because if you do play that formation, it's quite demanding on the wide players. So, you expect to have options on the bench to maybe freshen up. But Mia played through the middle, just behind the front two. So we've seen Mia play in there before, and she's quite effective there. She'll get in the box and get in the end of chances.
Absolutely. And the first goal came from a wide player, Demi. Well, I think it was the wide player got the goal. Lizzie, I don't know if it was a cross or a shot, but it was a bit of a mishmash of the both, and it missed everybody and went in the far corner.
Yeah, I mean, whether she meant it or not, it went in the back of the net. I'm not convinced that she meant it. I think it was more a cross than a shot, but it's in the back of the net and it's 1-0, so...
I did think for a minute that Hardy was going to try and nick it off her, but I don't think she got there, did she?
I think she did try and nick it off her, and it just, when you seen the replay, you just seen that she didn't actually get anything on it, but I think she was trying to make sure she got something on it, but...
I think that's one that wingers are taught at a sort of young age. If aim for the back post to make sure it's on target, and then if everybody misses it, then there's always a chance it's actually going to go in, which is exactly what happened.
Absolutely. And Rangers took full advantage. Wolf, not long after the second goal went in, young Mia scored.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed you've glossed over Chelsea's absolute sitter very early on.
Yeah, I wasn't wanting to go any negative.
Well, Chelsea should have opened the score. And it just tells you, how dominant we were. Because, I mean, we missed our sitter at 0-0. Alan, who's out against us, we missed 2 or 3 decent chances second half, and we still scored 14 goals. And their keeper, by all accounts, had a fairly decent game. So it could have been sort of West type sort of proportions of goal of scoring than us against a team in the same division, and they're not bottom of the division. It's mental. But yeah, the second goal, again, one of Lizzie's 5 assists in the game, which is nuts. I mean, we've given Lizzie criticism in the past. But, 5 assists and she got the first goal herself. That's incredible stats in any game. But yeah, she sticks the ball through Mia Macaulay, and Mia Macaulay, that's what she does. Sticks it in the net.
Very much so. I mean, we'll speak about Mia a bit later on, but you can see her improving, season after season now, can't you? She's confident now. You could probably argue she's a little bit stronger as well, because she's had, the benefit of being in the first team, early on in training. She's definitely, vastly improved, isn't she?
Well, 100%. And Mia would tell you herself, she started the season probably a wee bit short in confidence and couldn't even put a finger on why. But she's came through that. She's fought to get minutes and back in the team. Brogan and Lizzie have been excellent this season, so it's been hard for Mia to just go straight back into the team. But if you look at her assist for Liv's goal just after she scored, absolutely brilliant awareness. She's clean through and goal. You'd expect her to take a shot on, but she's very close to the keeper, and it would have been natural. You'd expect the keeper to save that, but she spotted Liv. Just knocked the ball off to the side. It's like she was playing FIFA and just tramping a goal there.
It was a lovely little flick to Liv, and of course Liv made no mistakes, so it was a third goal early doors. And then going on from there, Demi, it's early on 3-0 up. All of a sudden the game goes from you're looking at getting as many goals as you can, but all of a sudden you're 3-0 up early doors, and the game's far easier, isn't it?
Yeah, well, like once you've, especially coming off the back of the obviously 2 defeats that we had then before the winter break. So you want to try and get, 3, 4, because when it's there, you can sort of play more comfortably. So yeah, making it 4, well, 3 as we're talking about now, but being 4 up at half time just makes that second half a lot easier before it's even started.
Yeah, and of course it was Rio got the fourth Wolf, a header, bit of a smash in the box. They work it back out, and then Chelsea floats a ball in and a header from Rio.
Yeah, I think from memory they did well to keep the ball alive. It's sort of it was bobbing, as you say, it was bobbing about the box, and then it came out to the edge of the box and got played back in. Chelsea eventually found Rio, who did what she does. I mean, she's lethal from that sort of distance. That this was, I mean, it was after the third goal that BBC did what BBC do. We were watching it on the iPlayer, and the stream went down. Laura boxed it because she said to me when I said I wasn't going to make the first half, I hope the stream holds out for you. And as soon as the third goal went in, the stream dropped, and it came back just before half time, I believe. So BBC need to get their act together. If we're going to stream games, it's brilliant because people can watch them, but it always seems to happen in other games. I don't know what happens in other people's because I don't watch theirs. But it's not very good service from them. But yeah, I mean 4-0 at half time. It looked a comfortable enough first half, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't see 10 goals coming in the second half. But as I said, having said what I know now about the depth of Queen's Park squad, it's no surprise to me that we scored so many.
Yeah, absolutely. So 4-0 at half time, Alan, and not long after half time, Mia completes her hat trick. A good finish again. Lizzie down the left takes a slight deflection from her cross, and then a nice finish with outside the right foot in the bottom corner.
Yeah, it was a really fast start. We'd made a change at half time. Kathy Hill came on for Tik Tok. Didn't seem any issues with Nick. I think it was just a case of making sure everybody got some minutes in the legs. But it was a bit of reshuffle at the back. But straight away, ball in. I think it was Lizzie had crossed it in for Mia. And again, as I said earlier, Mia's just in a really good position, advancing into the box. And it was a really easy finish for Mia, just being in the right place at the right time. We'd actually almost missed a goal at the game because we were talking about the change at the back. That had been made at half time, then look up just in time to see Mia finish it off.
Alan, am I right in saying when Kathy came on, the wide defenders were like the swap sides. Like Leah went to the other side and Raf moved across to where she was. Is that?
Yeah,
right.
That was basically one substitution, changed the full sort of back line because Leah Eddie was playing on the right side in the first half, moved across to the left side. Raf had been playing in the centre. In the first half, moved out to the right side for Kathy to slip into the middle. So, it changed the full sort of back line, but it didn't really affect us. Leah and Laura Raf had excellent games. And it might seem sort of a moot point to praise defenders when we've had maybe one shot in the full game for Queen's Park, but the good play started for control at the back, and Leah Eddie and Laura Rafferty were excellent.
Yeah, and Liv picked up her second goal, Demi. A good move down the right. I think Brogan fed her through, and a smart finish down in the left-hand corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see goals coming from sort of all over the shop. Because I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong here, I don't think any of our starting strikers scored yesterday.
Yeah, Rio scored.
Oh, sorry. But goals were coming from everywhere, not just the striking partners. So it has been a while since we've seen goals coming sort of from the midfield as well. And so it's good to see players, sort of like more defensive players getting in on the action as well.
Absolutely. And started by herself and finished by herself. Wilco got one. Started in her own half, ran pretty much all the way into the box. Little 1-2 with Brogan. I think the ball took a slight deflection on the way in, didn't it?
I think they gave this one as an own goal at the time,
Yeah.
and I'm still not sure if the dubious goals panel has decided what was it. I mean, the commentator seemed to think she was trying to find somebody in the middle. For me, it was heading on target, so it should be Wilco's goal. So as we'll get to, she should have had another hat trick because I don't understand how they're giving this as an own goal, And then when it goes to, let me see my notes, when it goes to, where's Kathy's goal? Goals, Kathy's. Whatever, when it goes to the 12th goal, which he gave to Kathy, that's more of an own goal than this one was. So, you know what I mean? Hopefully they'll see chance and have a look at it. I don't know how strongly they have a look at it, but to me, it's Wilco's goal.
Yeah. And then Brogan got in the action, Alan. Cross and Liv returning the favour, and Brogan just sort of, defender was waiting for the ball on her back, probably on her heels. Brogan was sharp enough to see the danger and slotted it in the back of the net.
A position you've seen a lot of Brogan Hagels from cutting in at the back post, and probably see a wee bit less when she's technically playing as a wing back in this system. But Brogan was excellent. Paul's mentioned it in the comments. Brogan was excellent yesterday. Both her and Lizzie Wide had fantastic games. Granted, they were given a lot of space, but they absolutely made the most of it. All very well, a team sitting off and giving you space, but you've got to actually take advantage of that, and Brogan thoroughly deserved that goal.
Definitely. And then Brogan wasn't finished there, Demi. Down the right-hand side, across into Wilco, and Wilco does what Wilco does, just gets a toe poke in there and gets it past the goalkeeper.
Yeah, we've always Brogan Hayes also always one of our talking points. She likes to just simple get the ball down, run with it, and get it into the box. So yeah, it's good to see again. Obviously, more link-up play between her and her, getting more assists and goals as well.
Absolutely, and a corner of Wolf. Rio has a shot. Goalie saves it, and it lands right at the feet of Wilco, who does what she does always, and possibly scores her hat trick.
Well, as we said earlier, it's lethal from that sort of distance, isn't she? You know what I mean? So it's, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's a hat trick. They gave it as only two things to say that the one that we say is our first, they give it their own goal for some bizarre reason. But yeah, I mean, she just can't stop scoring goals. I mean, when you consider that she didn't start the game, I mean, she only came on with the 58th minute, and straight doing what she do. When you've got that sort of strength, it certainly gives Joe a puzzle for next weekend, for Sunday, for the semi-final. Does she start with Rio and Kirsty, or does she put Wilco in? But that's why she's the manager and we're not. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see Wilco just coming back from the break, because obviously the last couple of games were an absolute disaster. We couldn't score from anywhere, and now we're scoring from all over the place. So that's got to be good.
Yeah, definitely. And Lizzie on hand for another assist, Alan. Rio getting a second header of the game.
It wasn't Rio, it was, believe it or not, Camille Lefay rising.
Oh, sorry, Camille Lefay, sorry, yes.
Yeah, header. Rio was off the park by this point, but
yeah,
anybody who predicted a Camille Lefay header before a game would have been laughed at. But for somebody that's about 5 foot nothing, she's got a really good leap on her, and really good timing. Ball across, just nodded in at front post. So good to see the subs come on and contribute. Obviously Wilco's come on, got 2/3 goals. That's Camille came on and got in on the act. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely. Brogan making this one again, Demi. This was a proper stramash, if ever you've seen one. This is, I think Kathy has a shot initially. Goalkeeper looks as though she saves it. Then there's just this almighty stramash on the goal line. It looks as though Kathy got it over the line. I don't know. And then Jane Hill made absolutely sure, but I think the referee gave the goal just before that.
Yeah, how that ball stayed out, I don't really know. I think the ball was over the line the first time, but I'm not the referee, so it's not my decision to make. But yeah, it was nice to see the ball eventually cross the line, although I am convinced it crossed the line the first time.
As I said earlier, Brian, I'm convinced that. I mean, if Wilco's first goal was an own goal, this is an own goal, because Kathy's put it in the direction of the goal, but it's come off about 2 defenders before it either has or hasn't crossed the line. Then it comes back. They definitely give the goal before Jane bundles it in. But for me, much as I like Kathy, I don't think it's her goal. I think it's more her own goal than anything else. Not that the goal scorers particularly matter, and I don't want to take it off Kathy. But if we're not giving Wilco a hat trick, then that's an own goal.
It was actually very strange at the game because everybody actually thought the referee was pointing for a free kick, like they often do when there's a sort of bit of smash there, and then eventually everybody realised, no, hold on, the players are celebrating. He's actually awarded the goal. So I've not seen the replay back. I've only seen a couple of still pictures, and it does look like it's been an own goal.
Yeah, even looking at it again, it's hard to tell who finishes that. It really is. It's a difficult one. But the dubious goal panel will have a look at that as well. That's
No,
two goals
but
to look at.
It definitely went in. Defender definitely hit it before it went in from Kathy. But the argument would be, and Kathy put it in the direction of the goal. So I suppose technically it's Kathy Hill's goal. But to me, it looks like one defender knocked off another defender. And I don't really know. I've watched that a couple of times. I can't decide. But let's just give it to Kathy anyway, because we've had enough own goals this season. But if Kathy's getting that, then Wilco's got a hat trick. Simple.
Yeah, definitely. And then Brogan on hand again, Demi. I mean, Paul said earlier she's had a good game. You know, she's scored at least 3 assists. And Jane Ross, Camille. I thought Jane was going to score actually, but then Camille, the goalkeeper, got in the way, and then Camille just finished it off in the far left corner.
Yeah. Before I speak about the goal, I was just saying to Dad yesterday, actually. I've been informed, and how true this is, I'm not sure. But I got reliably informed yesterday that LaFay's first name is actually Camille LaFay, because despite the fact that she is American, both of her parents are French. So they don't pronounce the ILL, it's just like CAM, and then it jumps to the E. So apparently her name is just Camille LaFay.
Oh, well.
But how true that is, I don't know.
My French is extremely limited, so I'll take your word for it. And then Jane Ross at the end, Wolf rounds it off 14-0, comprehensive one.
Yeah, I mean, this was a lot of players involved in this again. Wilco and Brogan are in on the act, and then Tess tries to stab it home, and it comes back out, and Jane Ross gets a goal. I mean, it's always nice to see Jane getting goals. I mean, okay, she was only on the park about half an hour, but still nice to see her getting her goal. And as we say, it's great to see goals come from all over the place. I mean, I say Lizzie with 5 assists and a goal. 2 goals for Liv, 2 goals for Mia. Wilco with 2/3 goals. Camille with 2 goals. I mean, as Alan says, she's about 5 foot nothing and about 3 stone ringing wet. You know what I mean? But she's still not scared to throw herself into challenges with goalkeepers and stuff. So I mean, you can't argue with 14-0 against anybody, particularly somebody in your own league. I mean, I feel a bit for Queen's Park if they had a threadbare squad, but that's up to them to sort out. That's not really our problem. You can only beat what they put in front of you.
Absolutely. And we have a new member, Ross McMurdo. Welcome along, Ross. Hope you're enjoying the women's pod, and you'll catch up with all the main shows on a Monday and a Friday, and then you'll also get the afternoon shows as well. So thanks a lot for coming along and enjoying the Rangers rabble. Congratulations to obviously Sam Kerr, Alan, moving to Liverpool on loan. She was actually rumoured to go to Liverpool before Bayern, wasn't she? So it wasn't really a surprise, this, was it?
Yeah, we thought when she was leaving, she was going to go to Liverpool. That was a move that was the most linked. So we got a bit of a surprise when it was Bayern, which she's not going to turn down going to Bayern. Bayern's a phenomenal move for her, but she's not playing enough. And if that move to Liverpool lets her play a lot more games, she should go in and be a star in that Liverpool team. So we'll obviously. We're all very fond of Sam Kerr, so we'll keep a close eye on how she's getting on down there.
Absolutely.
Brian, that makes me even more determined to go and see Liverpool women this season, because obviously they play at my second team's home ground. They play at St Helens Rugby League ground, or they play they're not so big games, because obviously the WSL, they tend to play all their big games at the club's home ground. So I mean, the only one recently that I could possibly have got to, they played at Anfield, which defeats the purpose, because I want to go and watch them playing at the Totally Wicked Stadium. So the fact that Sam's here now, I think that'll need to be a Rabble Women's Day out. We'll find a fixture that doesn't clash with anything that we're doing. We'll pop down to see Sam at St Helens playing for Liverpool.
Fixtures? No, come on. Nah, fixture clashes. Come on, we've been down that road.
I think there is one possibility, but it would mean not getting to the League Cup final, so we don't really want to entertain that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Alan, you'll know this better than anyone. Odd Bob, random question. Was the 24-0 against West Dykes a record in the women's football? I believe it was. Was it, Alan?
I'm not entirely sure. I believe it was a record score for our ladies. 24-1. We obviously still shipped a goal even though we're playing West Dyke, but I believe it was a record score for Rangers women's, but I couldn't tell you the actual record score in the whole of women's football.
I mean, I'm sure Carr said, Demi, that it's. I think we beat our own record by a goal or two. I've got a vague memory of her saying that.
I believe was our previous record, not. I want to say it was late teens.
I think it was 23-0 against Falkirk or something, but I think this was a record for us.
It was definitely a record for us. I just can't remember what the previous record was.
We're all clutching because I thought the previous record was 22. We're all clutching, so Carol know, but obviously Carol's not with us tonight because she's got a few health issues at the moment, so we obviously wish her a speedy recovery. I'm sure she'll either be watching us or catch up later. So we wish Cara a speedy recovery for that, and obviously Laura's taking a wee sabbatical because she's got quite a lot on in her life. So imagine life getting in the way of podcasts. You know what I mean? Shocking. But no, wish them both all the best in what they're doing. Obviously, wish Cara a speedy recovery because I know she'd been missed at the game yesterday because she hates missing games. So
yeah, very much so.
There you go. There, Paul saying 21. I think 22. Alan says 23, and Demi thinks late teens. It could be anything.
One of you is right. I don't know which one, but one of you is right.
Well, it's now 24. We know what the record is now. It's now 24.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, technically it's 23 because it wasn't 0.
Well, it's 24-1. That's true. 23. Yeah. A 23 goal. Well, I'm going to count as a D. No, move on.
Absolutely. Now, of course, Demi, we've got a small matter of a cup semi this weekend. And Keith's asking the question, looking ahead to next Sunday, who do each of you think Joe will go with? Wilco must surely start. Probably Cathy as well, as this game made for her. Kirsty McLean, will she feature if fit? I mean, it's a selection headache after scoring 14 goals, isn't it?
Yeah. We all know how I feel about this, and I think it's unfortunate after the game of the weekend. I do unfortunately feel like Mia McCauley is going to be on the bench for this game. I do agree, though. I think this Cathy will start instead of Raf. And I also do think that if Kirsty McLean is fit, she will be in the starting lineup. But it's just, like you said, it's Joe's headache of who does she take out. And Wilco's surely got to start. Like, she's scoring, okay, we'll say it was a hat-trick. She's scoring a hat-trick in 32 minutes. Okay, I know it's Queen's Park, but, she's got to start. There's just no question about it. Wilco has got to start.
You'll have the placard up before the game. Wilco must start. Wolf, what are your sort of thoughts on the team on Sunday?
I agree with Demi to a certain extent. I don't think Mia will start because Joe doesn't tend to start Mia in games against Celtic or Glasgow City. I don't really know why. I would expect if Kirsty McLean's fit, she'll come in. And that would probably mean pushing Chelsea forward into where Mia played yesterday and having any, sort of in the holding role there. I would certainly start Wilco up top without any question, but it's who you start beside her. Would you start Rio beside her? Do you stick Jane in from the start? Which I don't think she'll do because Jane doesn't tend to start a lot of games. Do you put Kirsty Howard in with her because Kirsty does an awful lot of work off the ball? And obviously Celtic have got a fairly decent defence, so I would expect Wilco to start. I just have got absolutely no idea who Joe will start beside her.
Yeah, it's a headache, Alan, isn't it? It's going to be it's a huge game semi-final, defending the cup as well. So it's it's going to be a tricky game, obviously.
Yes, certainly will be. I really hope that the 2 games before Christmas has gave Joe a lot to think about, and we've been this idea of going 4 at the back, and playing some sort of hybrid 4-4-2 against the bigger teams. the way we played yesterday is how we should play. And I think she might go back to how she was playing early in the season. I wonder if Kirsty Howard might start in behind Wilco and Rio. You know, between the three of them, they've opened the scoring for us 12 times this season. You know, they're by far our biggest goal threat is a combination. So I think Kirsten McLean, I don't know what her knock is, but she'll be in the squad. But I think it might just be maybe me dropping to the bench and, you know, Wilco coming in, Kirsty Howard dropping behind Wilco and Rio. But we have to set up the same way we did yesterday. You know, that's how we play, that's how we're at our best, and we have to go for it. You know, this is our cup, you know, we're a far better team than them, and we have to go out and show it.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I believe the subs rules exactly the same in the women's game, isn't it? The same amount of, you know, same rules as far as subs go.
Yep.
Yeah, five subs allowed, or I think they can have up to 9 on the bench, you know, and I think it's 3 occasions, you know, you can stop play for subs.
That's what I
Yeah, it's
thought.
exactly the same. It's exactly the same, I think.
And Demi, we've just got to start the strongest team. Simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah, but who Joe thinks is her strongest team remains to be seen. Obviously, we've seen loads of different teams this season, different backlines, different strikers starting midfield. So it's my strongest team is different to Alan's, which will be different to Joe. So it'll be interesting to see who Joe does think is her strongest team.
I think, Brian, I think it's a nice position to be in to actually, you know, to not know what the strongest team is, because it means we've got a lot of options. You know, and I mean, my biggest criticism for Joe in games against the bigger teams is the fact she doesn't use the squad properly. You know, she tends to only make 2 or 3 subs instead of using the entire squad. You know, I mean, she had no problem using 5 subs yesterday against a team who basically flagged that for an hour, you know, because they had a lack of options. But Joe seems to have this habit of not making full use of the subs in the games against the Glasgow Cities, you know, against that lot, even against Hibs and Hearts. You know, she'll only maybe make 2 or 3 subs. So hopefully she uses the squad properly. Hopefully she's in a position that it won't really matter what she does because we're that far ahead. You know, but yet again, you know, there's yet another fixture clash next week, as there was yesterday. You know, I mean, yesterday's fixture clash, and I'm going to go off on one here before I go. Yesterday's fixture clash was, you know, was very much down to Sky, because for some inexplicable reason the men's first team playing Dundee on Thursday when they could have played on Wednesday, which would have meant the St Johnstone game not moving to yesterday would have been free to go to the Queen's Park game. Wouldn't have mattered what time it kicked off at. So that one I'm laying at Sky's door. Next Sunday I'm laying at the BBC's door, because we're playing men's first team are playing Fraserburgh in the Cup at 2:15, which is ludicrous. Whereas if they have it at 12 o'clock or even 1 o'clock, gives you plenty of time to get to Hamilton for a cup semi-final, which is the Sky Sports Cup, but the game's on BBC Alba because Sky aren't interested in it. That could only happen in Scotland.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. And of course, it's that time of night where it's the predictions. So, Alan, have you got a first goal score and a prediction for Sunday?
Real Hardy, 4-1. It's about time we gave him a spanking.
4-1 Rio Hardy. Demi?
Wilco, and I reckon it's going to be 3-2.
Tight. Well, we know what Wolves will be, but it's just a matter of how many for us. What is it, Wolf?
It's going to be 3-0 to the famous. First goal scorer, I will go for Chelsea corner.
I'll go slightly tighter. Well, not as tight as Demi, but I'll go 2-0, and I reckon Rio first goal scorer. 2-0. That's what I think. Paul is going 3. Rio and Chelsea. Wilco, I would assume that is Wilco, Rio and Chelsea. I would say yes. He's confirmed it below, yes. So yeah. So it's going to be a difficult one, Wolf. I mean, you know, we beat them the last time out at Hamilton Mackie's ground 3-2. You know, again, we've got pretty much a full strength team to pick from. And it's going to be a tricky one for the manager to sort of nail down this starting lineup, because that'll be the crucial sort of starting point, won't it?
Yeah, but it shouldn't really be difficult, because as Alan said earlier, we're a better team than it. Now, we're a better squad than them. We're a better. However we start, we've got better players than them. So for me, it's a mentality thing. We seem to have this mental block when we play them. I'm happier that the game's away than I am at home. I am at home because we can't beat them at Broadwood, but we seem to be able to beat them away from home. First of all, at Airdrie, where they used to play, and now that they can't to Hamilton, beat them there the last time, as you've just said. So the fact it's away from home, I'm more confident than I would, bizarrely, than I would be if it was at Broadwood. If we turn up, we beat them, because if we approach it with the right attitude, we are a better team than them, without any question. We're a much better team than them. So I think we should be able to beat them quite comfortably. It just depends how we approach it.
Absolutely. So it's a big weekend in the, as I say, the League Cup semi against Celtic. That'll be on Sunday, I believe. Kick-off time, Alan, 3 p.m. is it, or 4?
Yep,
10 past 4.
Usual.
Usual BBC Alba kick-off time. Absolutely. So we will be here next Monday night, obviously reacting to this Cup semi-final. Huge game, defending the Cup. My thanks to Wolf. We'll just depart now before Wolf goes to his meeting. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot. It's a bizarre one tonight because I'm sitting in my car blinding myself with a spotlight. Demi's laptop's packed up on her, so she's on her phone that she can't keep still, which is making people seasick. You know,
It's not my laptop.
It's
It's not my laptop.
That's
I've
what
just.
I said. Your laptop's not playing up. Will you listen to me?
It's not my laptop. It's not my laptop. I've misplaced the charger. The laptop itself is fine.
You haven't misplaced the charger. It's sitting in my car. There it is there. But your phone keeps wobbling about. People get a bit seasick, so you'll need to learn to
Alan,
sit still.
thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Demi, thank you for joining us.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you
Just
very
to
much.
clarify about the meeting, I'm going to see a man about a goat. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yes, absolutely.
And if you know, you know, it's important that we end the podcast before Ralph tries to leave it. So
Correct. Yes.
Wait,
So anyway,
I've already checked I can leave without getting rid of the stream, but yeah, I really have to go. So
absolutely. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Monday at 6:30, the usual time to react to the Cup semi-final versus Celtic. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.